humans are the least reliable in this world. Whatever it is you're seeking won't come in the form you're expecting. No one tells a lie after he said he's going to tell one. We live in an age in which there is no heroic death. Perceive that which cannot be seen with the eye. If you only read the books that everyone else is reading, you can only think what everyone else is thinking. When they encounter somebody who's honest and pure-hearted, they look down on him and say he's nothing but a kid, a botchan. There is no virtue in curiosity. In fact, it might be the most immoral desire a man can possess. To win any battle, you must fight as if you are already dead. The most important thing we learn at school is the fact that the most important things can't be learned at school. The special quality of hell is to see everything clearly down to the last detail. There is nothing outside of yourself that can ever enable you to get better, stronger, richer, quicker, or smarter. Everything is within. Honor may not win power, but it wins respect, and respect earns power. Memories warm you up from the inside, but they also tear you apart. The highest point at which human life and art meet is in the ordinary. To look down on the ordinary is to despise what you can't have. Show me a man who fears being ordinary, and I'll show you a man who is not yet a man. Spend your money on the things money can buy. Spend your time on the things money can't buy. Do not regret what you have done. A samurai should always be prepared for death, whether his own or someone else's. Anything can become excusable when seen from the standpoint of the result. Don't let yourself be controlled by three things: people, money, or past experiences. It is very easy to criticize others, but far more difficult to put one's own principles into practice. And it is when one forgets this truth, lords oneself to the skies, treats everyone else as worthless, and generally despises others, that one's own character is clearly revealed. I sometimes think that people's hearts are like deep wells. Nobody knows what's at the bottom. All you can do is imagine by what comes floating to the surface every once in a while. Better to be caught in sudden, complete catastrophe than to be gnawed by the cancer of imagination. Life is not like water. Things in life don't necessarily flow over the shortest possible route. When you look at the world with knowledge, you realize that things are unchangeable and at the same time are constantly being transformed. The ultimate aim of martial arts is not having to use them. People who do not get into scrapes are a great deal less interesting than those who do. But one thing is certain: when you come out of the storm, you won't be the same person who walked in. That's what this storm's all about. True beauty is something that attacks, overpowers, robs, and finally destroys. In this world, there are things you can only do alone, and things you can only do with somebody else. It's important to combine the two in just the right amount. Other people must be destroyed. In order that I might truly face the sun, the world itself must be destroyed. In battle, if you make your opponent flinch, you have already won. You can hide memories, but you can't erase the history that produced them. When people concentrate on the idea of beauty, they are, without realizing it, confronted with the darkest thoughts that exist in this world. That, I suppose, is how human beings are made. Taking crazy things seriously is a serious waste of time. Do not under any circumstances depend on a partial feeling. No human being can be so honest as to become completely false. Nobody likes being alone that much. I don't go out of my way to make friends, that's all. It just leads to disappointment. Possessing by letting go of things was a secret of ownership unknown to youth. No matter how far you travel, you can never get away from yourself. Do not, under any circumstances, depend on a partial feeling. It is a common failing of childhood to think that if one makes a hero out of a demon, the demon will be satisfied. Silence, I discover, is something you can actually hear. Human beings, they go on being born and dying. Dying and being born, it's kind of boring, isn't it? Study strategy over the years and achieve the spirit of the warrior. Today is victory over yourself of yesterday. Tomorrow is your victory over lesser men. People die all the time. Life is a lot more fragile than we think, so you should treat others in a way that leaves no regrets, fairly, and if possible, sincerely. Never let yourself be saddened by a separation. You're not human. You're a being who is incapable of social intercourse. You're nothing but a creature, non-human and somehow strangely pathetic. As time goes on, you'll understand. What lasts, lasts. What doesn't, doesn't. Time solves most things, and what time can't solve, you have to solve yourself. The perfectly ordinary girl and the great philosopher are alike. For both, the smallest triviality can become the vision that wipes out the world. As we go through life, we gradually discover who we are. But the more we discover, the more we lose ourselves. Do not let yourself be guided by the feeling of lust or love. Young people get the foolish idea that what is new for them must be new for everybody else too. No matter how unconventional they get, they're just repeating what others before them have done. Don't feel sorry for yourself, only assholes do that. You should give up looking for lost cats and start searching for the other half of your shadow. Nobody even imagines how well one can lie about the state of one's own heart. Loneliness is the price we have to pay for being born in this modern age, so full of freedom, independence, and our own egoistical selves. Do not collect weapons or practice with weapons beyond what is useful. No matter what they wish for, no matter how far they go, people can never be anything but themselves. Words are not meant to stir the air only, they are capable of moving greater things. Thus, in a single phrase, I can define the great illusion concerning love in this world. It is the effort to join reality with the apparition. You must understand that there is more than one path to the top of the mountain. I believe that words uttered in passion contain a greater living truth than those words which express thoughts rationally conceived. Who are we to judge the needs of another man's heart? You may abandon your own body, but you must preserve your honor. It is a much wiser policy to plant acre after acre of orchids and lead one's life in solitude encompassed by their sheltering stems than to surround oneself with the hoi polloi and so court the same pointless misanthropic disgust as befell Timon of Athens. For clearly, it is impossible to touch eternity with one hand and life with the other. Foolish indeed are those who trust to fortune. Love is not as illusory as it seems, it is the true illusion. Truth is not what you want it to be, it is what it is, and you must bend to its power or live a lie.